So with the EM6, I want to do something a little different. We're going to give a little further in-depth look on the EM6 mixer. And to do that, we're going to use one of my favorite microphones of all time, M69N. This is one of BEYERDYNAMIC's greatest hypercardioid mics they ever made. I'm just madly in love with it. It's nothing like the M160 hypercardioid mic in that this is a dual ribbon and this is a dynamic. And also Hendrix recorded all his vocals on this mic. This M69 is a killer mic, rolls off around 200 hertz, and there's about a 4 dB bump at 5,000 and about almost like a 6 dB bump at 10,000 hertz. And I don't know why, but this microphone loves this mixer, or rather this mixer loves this mic. So let me just show it to you. I want to show you the EQ section especially, and show you how amazing the EQ on this thing actually is. So let's dive into that. Wow, this is the EM6. Listen to this EQ. I'm going to give you an overhead shot of the echo matrix as I show it to you next, but first I just want you to hear this EQ. BEYERDYNAMIC M69N into a Neve 1073, back into the EM6, because the EM6 mixer does not have preamps, but a beautifully musical EQ section, and then of course a built-in T7E Echorec. So, I mean, this is identical to the Echorec 2, but it has more control over your playback heads and your record heads, which you can turn on and off independently. Insane, absolutely insane. So just listen to this musical EQ. I have everything normal right down the middle. So let me crank this. There's some big tropical fish mallard caps underneath. I don't have an EE degree, but I do know that they're doing something really magical. That's really bright. Check that out. Beautiful, beautiful. Bring it down, something right around there. That's turned way down to about 3, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and dimed. These potentiometers rather, and the caps, are 50 years old, so we get a little static on these pots, but I've got some F5 fader lube. Never use contact cleaner on potentiometers and faders. Always fader lube. Contact cleaner will wreck a pot. A lot of techs, even really talented techs, are spraying contact cleaner like Deoxit D5 all over your pots and faders on stuff like this, and just wrecking all these tactile switches and buttons and these carbon pads and everything. You want to use fader lube for physical faders and pots, and contact cleaner is for contacts. So there's a nice gem for you. Marty Eck of Custom Audio Labs taught me that. He said, all these old techs spraying contact cleaner all over these tape machines and everything, trying to get everything to work, just wrecking it. So, all right, now I want to show you the echo matrix. We have independent control over the tape heads and the playback heads, so let's jump into that. Check this out. All right, so now watch this. I'm going to turn on the record heads, and only when I turn on all 4, you can hear a little bit of echo. But when I turn on these playback heads is when you really hear the magic. So I'm going to just keep the first one on. Hello, test. And now the third. Ready? First and third. Hello, hello. Beautiful. I'm going to turn up our echo volume on this track. And just like on the space echo, you can really crank this effect to get that very familiar sound. Hello. I mean, that's one of the coolest things a space echo can do, and we've all, as creatives, used this in so many different ways. I've gotten synthesizers to make that exact same noise. All right, so here we go. This is just our bass and treble control, our volume control. Let's turn on all these heads just to show you. Test. Check. Hello. Oh, amazing. Input control. Overall Echorec volume. Beautiful. There we go. Now let's switch over from, are we using too much echo? Yeah, we are. There we go. This is much better. Let's switch over from repeat echo to swell echo and see what the difference is. Check. More of a swell. Stardate 2457.9. The musicians have stormed the studio. and they want a golden record. All I can do is put my pants on one leg at a time and make it happen. All right, so here we go. Once again, slap, nice little slap. First and second head. First, second, and third. All four. Second and fourth. Check. First and third. Now, if I turn my volume down, I can afford a little more length of swell. You'll also notice that this level indicator actually works, which is pretty rare. And I'm going to turn down my volume echo on the track, on the channel itself. And let's see if we can get a little more traditional. Check. Yo. We are in outer space. Beautiful. Check. 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 See, I'm flip-flopping them here. Check. 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 Hello. Check. Check. I think first and fourth is my favorite. If I was being practical in the studio, it would probably sound something like this. Check. Hello. Testing. Testing. Check. Maybe even more. Check. And there's the classic Echorec echo. Echo. Send. Echo send. Hello. Oh, it's so beautiful.
The Echoplex and the Echorec are at that high Z level. It's not quite line level and it's not mic level. It's high Z level, meaning it's a giant guitar pedal. That's why you'd see like David Gilmour with these on stage, or Brian May, and they'd be using it like a guitar pedal. It was some of the earliest delay that you could get in a foot pedal stomp format. And both of those, the Echoplex and the Echorec, have pedal inputs for that exact reason. Here's one right here. So here's an original from an Echoplex EP3. It's the original guitar pedal. It's a stomp box that just happens to be 13 inches by 9 inches or whatever. And the Echorec is pretty much the same thing. It was a high Z instrument level stomp box that you would bring on stage and use for live shows. It was more so geared towards that than it was in the studio. Although now it's more of a studio piece, obviously. Being that they're going for 6,000 and 7,000, you don't see them being kicked around on stage so much anymore.
So check this out. Hey, 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 check, check. Very cool. So there you have it, the EM6. And then just one more time. May I show you the EQ up close and personal? Beautiful. Listen how musical that is. Check, 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 check. Testing, testing, check, check, check. We also can EQ the delays. So listen to this. Check, 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 check. This is the EQ of the delay. Check. Check. Very dark. Very bright. Check. Beautiful. The EM6, ladies and gentlemen, you'll never see another. Only a JML recording.
It was a kiss, just a kiss from the one that I love.